What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the Comedians of Entre Nos. I am your host. My name is Eric Rivera. Good to see everybody. Hopefully, you guys are having a good quarantino. I don't know what we're going to call it, but I'm going to bring in the comics now. First off, let me introduce a man that needs no introduction. You've seen him on NBC's Bring the Funny. He's got his own half-hour special on HBO called Adorable. Big round of applause for Orlando Leyva. I'm assuming people are clapping at home. I'm assuming.
I clap for myself, man.
How's it going, brother? You good?
I'm good, man. Excited to be here.
All right.
Entre Nos with Eric Rivera.
There it is. All right. Next up, you know her from Netflix's They Ready. She got her own half-hour special. She also did Entre Nos. I feel like I shouldn't even say we've all done Entre Nos because if you don't get it by the title, then what are you doing here? You've seen her on NBC's Last Comic Standing. Big round of applause for Aida Rodriguez.
What's up, guys?
What? Let's fix that nameplate. Fix the little thing.
It's all crooked. We can't have you looking sloppy on this.
There you go. The other way. Oh, there it is. No, a little bit more. A little bit more.
Edie Chacon.
Oh, I see that.
You're trying to show us all up.
Yo,
let
me tell you my Edie check-on story. Hold on.
Hold on. Let's bring in the last comic before we get into Edie's and start salivating here, Orlando. You've seen him on NBC's Bringing the Funny. He just made his debut on Fallon. Big round of applause for Ian Lara, all the way from the East Coast.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Are you really sipping tea?
Yeah, Ida. Because when I came in earlier, they made fun of me. They said I had too much energy. So now I'm. It's just chamomile. I'm calming down.
Wait, what is that? How do you pronounce it?
Chamomile.
You say
chamomile. It's chamomile.
Nah, I got a bad connection. You guys didn't hear me correctly.
Estilo.
Oh, is that? It's chamomile. So how's everybody doing? How's the quarantine treating everybody?
Good.
Wow, we don't believe that at all. What?
I'm not gonna lie. I can't come on here and lie. I'm always gonna be my transparent self. So it's been rough for me. I've had good days. I've had bad days. I've had really lonely days. Confusion. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling this way. The uncertainty, I think, is really hard. And for those of us who we're in the business of people, I miss people. I really do.
Okay. Same, up and down.
Yeah.
1 hour you're good. The next hour you're like, when is this ending?
Yeah.
I'm all right. Then you're like, when is this ending? Then you're like, I'm gonna write a movie. I got time. Then you just do nothing. Stay on Instagram all day.
Now, are you guys getting the stand-up itch yet? Like, you want to get out there and hit the stage again?
I do.
Yeah. It's the longest I haven't been on stage in 8 years.
You don't miss the stage, Orlando?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm not even like boasting because I was a natural homebody as is. So it's kind of like I'm just enjoying it. I live in that place of like, yeah, man, I'm good right now. It's when it comes back around, like basically here's what I do. I do in my prayers and I do in my blessings. Let me not worry about the things that I cannot control. And I cannot control this. I wish I could control it, wave a wand, and everybody feels great, and we're all immune, and we're back to business. But at this point, I have no control over it, so I can't let the hamster roll, even though I feel like a hamster because I just go upstairs to the bedrooms, downstairs to the living room, upstairs to the bedroom, downstairs to the living room.
Well, that's why we have to stay connected to you because you're the positivity one in our crew. So you always bring us back to.
I don't think I've ever heard a positive saying with hamster in it. You gotta control the hamster, y'all. Y'all gotta get a hold of the hamster and take control. What?
There you go. So yeah, that's it. And I tell people that, if you're feeling some type of way, hit me up, call me. FaceTime is so important now. So it's
I know that's why I texted you guys today.
And I'm also blessed. And I'm also, blessed. I have a great wife, Eric, also his wife. So that's why we both smile a lot, because we have people that just tolerate our craziness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just lonely, Ian. You and you.
I know. Wow. I wasn't even depressed. Now I'm depressed. I come into this. Now I need to speak to somebody. I was doing fine.
Yeah. Yeah. But you got us, man.
Yes. So
wait.
we want to know how you are in New York, because I'm trying to disconnect from the news, because the news, we got to remember that news is a reality show, and they thrive off of ratings. So they do a lot of things for the purpose of getting people to watch.
Yeah.
So I like to talk to people rather than to read the news, because the news just gives you despair. And I don't want to, I want to know how you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, here in New York, like obviously the news, like you said, is sensationalized a little bit, but we all have like people who work in the healthcare industry, and for them, like for all my friends who are like nurses, doctors, whatever, they're like they feel like the news isn't doing enough. They're like it's worse than what the news is saying. For us regular people, like if you're just living your regular life, I mean, the city feels empty. It has for like for the whole month. Like you go out and it's you still see people out, and now it's warming up. Like today was 65. Every time it reaches over 60, you kind of like the city kind of looks like itself a little bit, because people are like, I'm gonna go for a walk or whatever. But like other than that, it feels like I Am Legend.
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, what's one thing you guys missed that you feel like, other than the stage, that you think we've taken for granted now that it's gone during this quarantine? You're like, damn, I would love to do that right now.
I haven't shook somebody's hand in like 5 weeks. Like that, I used to take handshakes for granted. I used to give fist bumps when I didn't have to.
Right.
Now I wish I could just shake somebody's hand. Like, hey man, how you doing?
I agree. I have friends that I seen. Like my son's birthday was on Monday, and his friends drove by and wished him a happy birthday. Like they've been friends since they were little. So they have every year we go to Benihana for his birthday. And it was hard to see a lot of people those people that I care about and not be able to give them a hug. Like it really, I was just like, I can't even go downstairs. Those are my other sons.
Right.
Hug them right now. So I miss being able to embrace the people, who matter to me.
Yeah.
I'm good not doing that.
Miss nothing.
Orlando don't miss nothing. Orlando looks like this is like he was built for this.
Yeah, he's like, this is what I always wanted.
Come on, guys.
I like being in the house too. Like I have my levels of social anxiety. So when I say I miss people, I miss performing for them, but I don't miss being overwhelmed by a lot of people at the same time and social obligations of having to perform.
Yeah.
Like that can be hard, especially for us, because people assume that comedians are extroverts because they're comedians, but a lot of us are introverts.
Yeah. So it is with me. It's all about I'm good without the handshaking. I'm good. No.
That's what started this in the first place.
Dude, what's gonna happen when shows come back and you have to host a show and you bring in somebody else? Is there a handshake, or you just?
I think it's wonderful. Remember that time we had it was your Brownish show. We did the Brownish show and you brought me up, and then I was like, all right, man. But and everybody laughed. But the problem was that I was sick. So I had a cold and I didn't want to, like, that's the backstory on why I didn't shake your hand or give you a hug like the other comics. And everybody would just started laughing. And then I turned it into a bit. Like sometimes you got to put a pause on people, like, and then now we all got to pause. And it's like, yes.
We are. I think that when we share like stories about being comedians, like we talk about the things that people, see. But I think that as comedians, we all have we have a special insight to germs, because we have to use microphones. Those microphones smell bad. People put them in their mouths. You see people groping themselves and then touching. So we already have a heightened sensibility to germs and contact with people. So I don't think people realize that this for us is like, it's a clean time for us. So many comedians are nasty.
Well, wait, because we've all seen that comic that does like the joke about penis in his mouth, hot, and what do you do? Put the whole microphone in his mouth. I'm always like, those are those days I leave the mic in the stand. Like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're doing a
week here in New York. All the clubs, like when you would go in, if you had a spot, they would just give every comedian their own microphone.
I would love that.
Oh, we could have done this from the beginning. We didn't even know. Why didn't we just do this? This is way easier.
I remember making fun of a comedian who came with his own little box with his microphone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was on Amazon looking for a microphone.
Yeah.
I used to do that, and like people used to look at me, like clubs would look at me like, "Yo, you're just the middle guy," and I was just like, "But this microphone's better. This is a better mic." But the reality was the germs, dude. I saw a comic one day just stick the whole microphone in his mouth, and I was just like,
oh boy,
this is no bueno right here, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
So speaking of comedy, Louis C.K. dropped a special. Has anybody watched it? Let's start there.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
It's $8. I'm saying,
right?
We're not talking this. I'm
gonna see it.
Okay.
I bought it, but I haven't seen it. I've just seen like the highlights of it and stuff, but I haven't seen it because
we haven't seen it because it's $8. Because I'll tell you, me personally, I've not seen it.
No, I bought it.
For me, it's the whole. It's not on any of the streaming networks that I'm in front of. So I gotta spend $8. I gotta bring out my laptop. I gotta sit down on my laptop and watch it. It's not like it's gonna pop up on my TV.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I haven't watched it. I'm not taking any kind of stance or anything, but like I'm sure there are gonna be those people that do.
I'll be honest with you. I'm a little bit shell-shocked about watching it or letting people know that I watched it, because I was one of the people who got a lot of bad press because of Louis C.K. And I had a lot of people. I had 3 people write think pieces about me and call me a rape apologist. And I had all these white feminist women like attacking me on social media, telling me not to perform at the Cellar. Just me though. They weren't.
Wait. White women attacking you? I don't believe this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But it was very. I was gonna watch it, and then I was like, oh God, somebody watching me watch it. Like, they've made the pressure that they put on women for the things that men do is unbelievable, because men are not feeling that pressure, but people are like, how dare you support him? He did this. I'm like, yeah, but I didn't do it, and I wasn't there. I still think that Louis C.K. is a good comedian. And am I not able to watch him as a comic?
Well, yes, I haven't seen it, but some of the comments are that, wow, man, Louis what a great comic. And it was like, he was a good comic before all of this happened. This is like outside of the comedy realm. And the reason I bought it, I have it, like I said, I haven't been able to watch it, is because I know that it's in there. I know the explanation is going to come in there.
Yeah.
And it ain't like he's just from the experience and knowing his comedy is like he's going to have to talk about it. And I wonder, because I've only heard the media side of it, and then I've also heard from other female comics that have opened for Louis that said, yeah, nothing like that ever happened with me.
Yeah, listen, I performed at the Cellar one time, and he was going to bump me. And when he saw that I got happy that I was going to go up before him, he switched with me. And he was like, no, now I'm going to go up before you, and I'm going to watch your set after you perform after me, and I'm about to kill. And then I thought he left, but he was sitting in the steps, and he listened to my set. And then afterwards he gave me notes on my set. And he was, I've only interacted with him like 3 or 4 times. And each time he's always been, kind to me. I mean, maybe I'm not his type.
But he doesn't like that's it.
But it was just like, I don't know, that I never experienced that. And I'm not going to, I believe women, but it's just so much pressure as a human being to walk in perfection. The expectation to be perfect is a lot. We don't. I
heard it sold really well.
Huh?
I heard it sold really well.
Yeah, he's a big support system.
Now, do you think
a lot of rapists in the world?
I know that's true.
Damn, I had to doubling down.
Do I have to be a comedian right now, or do I have to go? Is this CNN?
Do you think, like, all right, you're Louis. Do you open with the apology? Because Aziz did it in his special. He opens up, he makes it uncomfortable for everybody, and then goes into the set. Or do you do that at the end?
You do whatever you want to do,
Yeah, you
depending
do
on it's your special, and you do it whenever you want. If people don't like it, then don't come watch it. That's his thing, and he should be
The
able
thing
to.
about Louis too is he already had a joke in his previous specials that he did that. Like he already had a joke about masturbating in front of women in his special.
He was leaving us clues like a
Yeah,
killer.
I did it. So now it's like
He was letting people know. He was living the breadcrumbs the whole time.
like I told you guys, I did it. Special 3.
Oh, y'all didn't see the other specials? It was right there.
Right there.
He's like the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
We apologize for who he is. Like, I don't understand why we are so. I don't know. I just think that we got to be careful as comedians when we become judgmental of other comedians, because we never know when we're going to be on the chopping block for. We don't even know for anything. You know, I made a joke about a guy being short, or me not wanting to date a guy shorter than me, and I ended up on an anti-heighdism blog.
Nice.
I just wanted to show the three of us here are under 6 feet.
I'm very sensitive about that.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but I thought it was a joke. And then when I went to it, it was serious. It was all these short men that are fighting for anti-heighdism. And I was
for quality.
Nah, I mean, get some lifts, son. Get some lifts. You know what I mean? If you want to climb the coconut tree, get some lifts, yo.
So we got a Louis special. We've also had a bunch of celebrities going live. Are you guys enjoying them coming on and sort of telling you, "Oh, we're with you together. We're in this together, guys"? Or are you like me? I like some of them. Like, dude, I see your mansion. I see this giant living room. I'm not feeling you're with me on this.
Yeah. That's the disconnect that they're not. So you know, we're all blessed to have like people that we know that are in real good places. And I happen to know a few people that you would think, wow, so-and-so should make that type of posting. And they never make that posting because they got their feet on the ground. And they know, dude, no matter how I'm doing this, people aren't ignorant. They know that I have Postmate. They know that my pantry is probably stacked to the fullest. You know, and there's people right now that don't have that. There's a school here right by my house. Every day, dude, they're out there. God bless them. They're out there giving out food to the kids that go to that school, because it's like, really, if you really think about it, you're going out of your way every day to come and get a meal because you might not have that meal. And then you're over here, Oscar award winning or B-class celebrity. I'm with you 100%. Can you get the flamingos out of the way? Damn flamingos. Guys, I'm with you, but never invest in flamingos. They're like the birds. They're the cat of birds. They don't love you. They look away. Every time I try to get a picture with them, they just
But just all right, just to push back on that a little bit, as a lot of like celebrities, like I've heard celebrities make this argument. I heard Kevin Hart make this argument. He's like, he wasn't always rich. Like, so this lifestyle that you're referring to, like he lived it. And now he doesn't live it anymore. And he, like, a lot of celebrities, like they donate to like everything they gotta donate to, or, you know, whatever cause they find thing. And like now they have this privileged life, but it's like, but I've always been like, you know, they're like, I've always been this guy that I used to post videos from my shack. Now I have a mansion. Should I not post videos anymore because now I have a mansion, or should I like? It's not like I'm opening the pantry and throwing the food off the pantry like we bring the food over here. I'm just posting a video, and people who I know, I'm still with y'all. Like I think
there's something to do it. Like Kevin's doing these confessions from the heart where he's talking to you, and those I don't mind. But when I see like all the celebrities got together and sang John Lennon's Imagine.
Yeah, well, that was just bad. That was just terrible.
Like that's what.
Like,
listen, I will say this. I think that we get it that a lot of people have struggled and are rich, but the reality is that a lot of people, when they become rich, they become disconnected. Yeah. And I don't think that anybody is bothered by genuine efforts of people trying to say, hey, I see you, I'm with you, But I think that a lot of celebrities who are narcissists are suffering right now because the attention is not on them.
Yeah.
And so when they take to social media, they look desperate. I had to remove myself. Like I was doing lives every day, and I was like, first of all, I was getting depressed because we kept talking about coronavirus.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this. This is, man, I would get off and I'll be like, oh, the world is a horrible place. I had to stop. And then the other thing was that I'm not rich. I'm not Beyonce, but I'm not worried about I can cost shipped and order food.
Yeah.
So I decided to put my efforts into helping people and saying, let me do something that I can help somebody with instead of being, hey guys, I'm funny. It's like people are really suffering right now.
Yeah. But just to push back on that, Ida, I noticed that you were going live like for a couple of days, and like last week, I had a couple people who were in like the hospital because of the corona thing. Mm-hmm. So my family was dealing with that, and I had an uncle who unfortunately passed away on Sunday due to the corona thing. So like my family, they were so still are like entangled in that, and that's like all I see on TV. So it's like if I go on Instagram and like you're just doing a live with somebody, just being silly, just talking about like whatever you're talking about. For me, at least, that gives me a sense of normalcy. Like,
no, that's cool. But I'm not talking about us connecting with people.
Yeah.
But when you see like Rich Guy 1 and Rich Guy 2 going live, Rich Guy 1 going live with Rich Guy 2, talking about rich people stuff, and it's like people are like, they want to hear what you're doing to help them because they idolize you, and they go to work and on Friday night they'll spend money on a babysitter and pay for parking and buy tickets to come see you, and then they have to buy two drinks, and that means 4 if it's they support you, so they want to know what are you doing to support them now, and then you're just like, oh, me and Tory Lanez are talking about how awesome it is to be in our house, and sometimes
she threw real names out there. You couldn't be like blah 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 and blah blah blah.
No, and I'm just saying that name as an example. You know what I'm just saying is that we have to be conscious of, I don't know, this is what bothers me. Big $1 million corporations saying, hey, Ida, won't you donate to this crowdfunding campaign? And I'm like, look, Coke, bitch, you donate to this campaign. I'm trying to figure out my rent for next month. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, we just lost our Coca-Cola sponsorship. Thanks, Ida.
Names. It's like
it's all of these corporations coming to us. Look at what happened. The guy Jack from Twitter, he only has $3 billion, right? He donated $1 billion of his $3 billion for coronavirus.
He did.
Bill Gates is one of the richest people.
Hold on. Pause.
Uh-oh.
He only donated 1 billion or 1 million.
1 billion.
$1 billion?
Oh, that's a lot.
A third of his money. A third of his money.
Listen, Bill Gates donated 50 million. 50 million. Compared
he has a lot of things though. He has he's a villain. He's making up for a lot of the stuff that he's done in the world. So
he's like a quarter to.
Well, I heard Bill Gates was also working on trying to find a cure.
Yeah, they also says Bill Gates started this shit.
Yeah, man.
Stop with the conspiracy theories.
They all are conspiracy theories until they get proven, right? The Tuskegee experiment was a conspiracy theory, and then we found out it was true. All of them can be lies.
I donated some old Jordans. They were still intact. They had some miles still on them, dude, but I didn't feel them anymore. Donated them.
Yeah, I'm not rich, but I tried my best to help. I got a GoFundMe, and I'm giving money to people who lost their sewing jobs, and they're making masks.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all could do whatever, and everybody doesn't have to do something. That's just me.
Ian got real quiet once we started talking about donating.
No, he's reposting the link.
He got real quiet.
I donated all the clubs out here. Like they did it for like their staff.
That was great.
And I donated for the staff. The stand, like they reached their goal in like a night. Like they did it. Yeah, like they got it, and the seller did it too.
They got a great staff at the stand.
Yeah.
I want y'all to see that. That's Miss Florinda. So,
showing off her custom paintings.
I just this is what keeps me happy because these are the things I used to watch with my grandmother, and that's Celia Cruz. So those I used to watch El Chavo del Ocho with my grandma.
Yeah.
I used to watch Iri Chacon, and we love Celia Cruz. But I want to hear your Iri Chacon story, Orlando.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't that thing. It was that Edie Chacon. She went to Mexico, and like in the Caribbean, Edie Chacon was a big deal. Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico. She goes to Mexico, and in the front page of the main Mexican newspaper was Edie Chacon tremendo cuero, and she was so insulted by that because in Mexico, cuero means fantastic, great-looking woman. And in the Caribbean, cuero means you're a lady of the night.
Mm-hmm.
You're a hooker.
A
whore.
To my grandmother, the lady in apartment 8.
Yeah. So that was my Edie Chacon, because I remember that story as a kid hearing it. Man, wow. Edie Chacon used to come on TV with a lot of excitement.
All right, so now speaking that's almost transition. Speaking of hookers, no. So now the latest story, I don't know if you guys saw, was coronavirus has hit animals now. We got a tiger that came down with it in the Bronx Zoo.
Isn't that something that's right when this Tiger King craze comes out, a tiger gets...
Isn't it crazy that a tiger could be tested and I can't get a tiger?
That's a good point.
1,000 points.
Who would get the tiger like?
Yeah, like what zookeeper's looking at him like, this tiger got the sniffles.
Yeah,
let's test him.
We need to test him because he's not acting right.
Yeah.
Not acting right.
Meanwhile, you go to the doctor, you need like every symptoms and 2 deaths in your family to get a test.
Wow.
I'm from New York, so I was a little offended. It had to be the tiger at the Bronx Zoo. It couldn't be San Diego, Cincinnati Zoo, of all the zoos. I'm like, who gave this tiger damn corona?
I just heard it and I was like, man, it's real bad in New York. Even the animals are getting it. Yo, my G. Like I remember I have friends in New York, and like when we were when we were in Washington, D.C., that it was starting to pop off, that people were like constantly now washing their hands. I remember telling my friends in New York, yo, you need to get out of New York. And they were like, nah, we're fine, you know. And this is someone that can do it, not like I wasn't just saying this, like you have plenty of flexibility on, you know, you work from home, no, we're fine. Well, a couple of weeks later, oh man, I should have listened to you, bro. I should have listened to you. But then I can't bag on New York because we got Ian, and you know he's New Yorker. Extra.
You know what's funny? It's funny like being from New York, because if you guys like remember like a couple months ago when they were like the thing broke in Wuhan, when it started in Wuhan, and then like that became an epicenter, and like it's like we couldn't even imagine what it was like to like be from Wuhan. And now, like, it just came to New York, and New York became the epicenter. Like, right now, when you go to another state, like, if you're like, I'm from New York, people look at you like, hold on, like, I need a mask or whatever. But in reality, like, most of us, like, most people, they're kind of just, like, you just kind of live whatever, like, you still go to the supermarket, buy groceries. So, like, obviously, when you go outside, everybody's, like, in masks, so that looks weird. But other than that, other than the mask, you might not know in certain areas, you might not even know that there's a thing going on. Places
do they do that thing, Ian? Is that thing going on in New York? They're talking about doing it here on the West Coast in California, where you can't go into the store unless you're wearing a mask. Yeah. Have they started doing that?
So certain stores, I saw on the news, certain stores were implementing it, but like the big chains like BJ's, Costco, Walmart, they don't even they weren't even letting people in the store. It's like a big line because they only allow like a certain amount of people in the store at a time. But now I heard that they're moving to that. Like you need to be wearing a mask or like a face shield. Mm-hmm.
What I don't understand is they say that doesn't do anything, and then they say well, you have to wear it. So I'm just a little bit I'm confused about everything that's out there because there's so many differing like philosophies. So I don't go anywhere. I'm scared because it makes you feel like you like and I've had bronchitis here, so I'm like I can't afford to get sick. So now everything is shipped, Instacart, Target, like it's uncomfortable because
have you physically at some point left your house though? Since
yesterday I left my house because we had a fire alarm in our building, and it was terrible because everybody was outside. They were all standing very close and nobody was wearing a mask. So we got in the car and we just drove around the block until then a lot of people are not taking it seriously.
Yeah. They actually praise. I mean, over here they're praising Los Angeles. They're like, you guys doing it right. Everyone keeps saying that you guys are doing it right.
Yeah, that's because a lot of people still haven't been tested here.
Oh, so, maybe. Yeah.
We don't know. Like,
so we don't know the actual numbers or where we're at.
What are you talking about? The Lakers got tested. The Clippers got tested. We ain't got no titles.
Yeah.
The Kardashians.
Kardashians got tested?
Oh, they're not in LA. They're on their island.
Yeah.
And one of the tigers from the Tiger King got tested.
Yeah.
Even a tiger got tested before us. What I want to know is, they say there are only 4 symptoms, right? Or 4 main symptoms. Mm-hmm. What symptom did that tiger display?
Yeah.
That said somebody, let's test him for COVID.
Back pain. It was back pain.
Was it a dry cough? Like, what did the tiger do?
You're like, and his paws. He was like, man, my paws.
Yeah. No. Now, what I always loved about New York is when it rains, you would see the hustle, the Africans come out with the umbrellas. Now, are we seeing that with the masks? Do you have them on every corner selling you masks?
No, the masks are protected by security. You got to go to like Barney's and go to like where they used to keep the Louis Vuitton. Now they sell masks. What? Yeah, they're not easy to get, man.
They got this tags on them so you can't steal them.
It's not easy to get. So there's some masks like the N95 mask, like the one the main one that they recommend that has the little thing on it, the little I don't know if you can see it has like the breathing thing on it. Like when you see somebody wearing one of those, like you look at them like how did you get that? Because like they're hard to get. Like you can't just.
Okay. So it's funny.
You got one?
No.
I'd have raised a hand. I'd have got one.
Yeah. I have one too. I gave it to Vanessa because my wife, she gets bronchitis and everything that has to do with lung stuff she gets throughout the seasons. So I gave it to her, and then she told me, yeah, I put it on the other day, and people were looking at me weird. And I said, because you balling right now.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
Like
that M3 is real deal, dude.
Yeah.
She's M3 with the gray, because there's buffalo ones too. You got to make sure that the inside has the little gray seal that seals all around your face. Yeah. She's walking around with that, and they're like, what? She's out here with the Bentley? Like, it's all good? Like,
yeah,
that's the new Jordans. That mask.
That's the Jordans.
Like, oh, you got the 3s?
Listen, y'all, I know a guy.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Because we looked them up online, they were sold out, and then my dumb ass was like, "Yo, you know what? I'm just gonna get that mask that Creed wears, the high altitude mask." My wife was like, "That shit don't do nothing." I was like, "All right."
They say wear a mask just to protect. It doesn't even protect you; it's just to protect other people, so you don't like call on them because you could have it and not know. Yeah. And if you think you had it,
I did.
I think I had it.
Yeah, I did too.
There's
no immunity. They said you can get it more than once.
Yeah,
that's what some people say that. Yeah. It's all new. Everything is
like the doctor said though. So don't think because they don't know anything. They don't know if there's an immunity to it. So some people are. I think I already had it. That doesn't mean you can't get it again.
I had a friend. He's going through it, and he went through it. Came out the other side. He's fine now and getting better every day. He's still like I spoke with him today. He's at 80%. Yeah, but he's gonna go and he's actually. And his breakdown of it is like very intellectual, because he was the first guy in the hospital that he went into that had it. So he had everything basically done. And he just says you come out the other side, man. And I don't know. I don't think you can get it again after you had it. Like you'll probably get it. Because basically your defenses, after you come out the other side, your defenses are at the highest level possible, blocking off everything. You know what I'm saying? I was making fun of it. I said, man, you could get bit by a snake right now and survive.
Yeah. His video made me cry though. I watched the video
but he was the most I thanked him for that video because it was so like and if you don't know Michael Yo, look him up at Michael Yo. He put up a video on his Instagram and it was just like impactful because this is, if you know Michael, you know that he's at 4 a.m. He's at the gym. He's on that other wavelength. So he was a healthy guy that happened to get it.
Right.
And he came out the other side. So he could break it down the best way possible. And then when it hit, because I've seen a couple of people talk about their experiences, and they're doing it at the hospital, and they got makeup on, and it's well lit. Throws me off a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when he got it, kind of messed with me a little bit because at that point it was like, oh, this is only affecting old people.
Yeah.
And then when you hear somebody like Michael Yo, who's first of all in our profession and also in like a young state of mind, like and that was the one that I was like, wow, okay. And like you say, he's a healthy dude.
Yeah.
So
and he's a comic, so to all of us, it really like hit home really fast. You know what I'm saying? Because each one of us just kept on thinking when this thing first started, and I don't know if you guys had that thought, but I think most of you had this thought. Did I shake the wrong person's hand?
Yeah.
Did I take a hug after a show?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you don't know. Hi, Robert. Hi, Javier. Fuacata. Kay Lewis, what's going on? Thank you for that. Flamingos, get out of the way. Do we eat? Have you guys tried Spanish sausage portuano? I don't eat meat, but I'm sure the Dominicans have had some morcilla or some sausage.
No, I don't do that. I don't do blood sausage, none of that stuff.
Man, once y'all became celebrities, you changed. Your whole diet changed.
Yeah, this is what you're complaining about. Now y'all famous, you don't eat blood.
I don't eat that no more. I'm vegan.
I stopped pork when I was 12.
Let's just focus and remember during these times, I'm with you.
Orlando, get the shot.
If Orlando starts singing Imagine, it's over.
Go out the shot.
You know what I'm saying?
The John Mayer one was hilarious.
Oh God! Now I don't know if you guys have seen these new videos. They're starting to trend now with people. It used to be people would throw tantrums when they didn't get their way. They would start screaming, say random craziness. Now people are coughing and spitting and licking stuff on their way out. Like, how do you think we should handle these people, especially during all of this?
As my mom would say, con la cojera. They need an ass whoop.
Yeah, I don't think that's like funny or there's any humorous about that. Like, people are like legit passing away that would have otherwise not passed away. Mm-hmm. I don't know, like that is, and I'm not one of those people like you can't joke about it. I've heard funny jokes about it, and that's like you don't know if you got it. So it's like when you do that, you know, that's why they say stay home, because you don't know if you have it. They don't want you to stay home for you because you don't know if you got it.
Right.
I would recommend that. I wouldn't say arrest, because sometimes I understand the frustration of a human being, but at least like, nah, we're gonna give you 2 days at the hospital to talk to somebody. Like, what's making you react this way?
Yeah,
because
Orlando's too calm, man. You're too calm, dude.
No,
what if somebody ready, Orlando? What if somebody coughs at you? They go, you know what?
Oh, I'm gonna grab them.
Oh, there it is.
No, but then I'm gonna call the cops, and if it's documented, and I'd be like, I don't think this person is balanced right. You understand? The thing is, as seeing people, like, we all tend to write off like these videos that we're seeing, the guy sneezing and licking everything. Or there was one guy that just kept on. I saw a video of a guy just cracking the juice,
drinking the juices,
taking a swig, and everybody's like, "Yo, my man, you deserve to get beat down." On top of that, you know, I don't promote violence, but it's like, no, grab this guy, sit him down somewhere, and start asking the questions. Yeah. What's going on? What's happening? What's making you act this way? Was it? And then you peel off some of those layers. There's so many of these people walking around like that there's something that's just an anger, man. That's the anger that's not normal, you know.
I think so too.
Too serious, but
right.
Yeah.
Next
question.
People are selfish, you know. They're like selfish, and I think that the unfortunate thing has been people like Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of England, who was like, I'm still going to shake people's hands. And now he's in the ICU. Yeah. And, you know, and then you see people saying, good for him. And I'm like, no,
that's a human being.
Yeah, it's not good for him. It's like, you have to like be like, wow, what level of ignorance or arrogance drives you to the place where you think you're invincible and then you realize that you're not. I hope he pulls through, and that's a good lesson for him, but I don't want him to die.
No,
Yo, Ian, I just saw you take off your hat. How big do you think your hair situation is gonna get?
I gave myself a haircut.
Okay, that's wrong. But
yesterday.
yeah.
I know. This is I used to get a haircut like every 5 days. And this is I have it. I'm with a hat. I don't know. I hope not too bad, because I might get a haircut on the black market. Hit up one of those.
Just don't get it.
Barbershop?
Underground black market right there.
Yeah, people giving haircuts.
It's like the new speakeasies. What's the password?
You gotta say a code to get in, because it's bad. But it's like the other day somebody posted a picture, like one of my friends posted a picture, like, and he had a fresh haircut, and people were like ripping him to shreds in the comments. They're like, "It's so irresponsible. Like, how could you get a haircut? You're supposed to be quarantined." I'm like, Jesus, you can't say nothing.
Yeah, I agree. But you know what? Look, I somebody else did that. It takes a certain type of gall that the way you look is far more important than your health, that your vanity takes over to the point where you like, I gotta get a haircut. For what? For Instagram?
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of these, Ida. This is my third one today.
Yeah, he gotta look fresh. He can't.
I mean, everybody has to deal the way they deal, right? I deal with potato chips. That's my deal.
Yeah.
Orlando, what are you doing?
I go out every day, dude.
For the haircut, though?
No, not for the haircut. I don't have to worry about it. I got big hair, so it's like it's natural. It's all covered up. I don't got a lineup, but then I was blessed with like
the crazy
hairline. No, my hairline. I stopped doing Tips Ian top tier advice, man to man. Stop getting lineups. Like stop. Like if you could deal with it, if you see that your forehead line, it's all right, your hairline, stop. Because the more as you get older, it starts creeping back. Because every time your barber can't help it, he'll just go back like a micro. Next thing you know, you're back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're hopping right now, Ian. You don't want to be.
Dude, my hair is starting to get long. I'm at the point now where I'm thinking I'm either gonna shave it or I'm gonna let my wife attempt to cut it. Watch a YouTube video.
I've seen a lot of those. I see a lot of people letting their wives cut their hair.
Nah, just throw on the hat, man, and wait it out.
I love Orlando. Like, don't trust your wife. Look,
throw on a hat, face mask, and just wait it out, man.
Because you're gonna be stuck. You're stuck in the house with her, right? So you're not gonna have a break. So if you're resentful and she's right there, that's not a good idea.
But she's evil too, because I picture the idea. I was like, oh, what if I shave my head for like charity, like, you know, and let's say $500 and I donate it to charity. And she was like, what if I give you $250? You just let me shave half of it? I'm like, you evil inside. I don't need this kind of evil.
She's not evil. She just knows who you are.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. Tell everybody where they can find you. We'll start with Orlando.
Always, like the name says, Orlando Leyva, but at Hey Lando across the board.
Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Everything. All this. I'm easy to find, bro.
Yeah. Ian Lara, where can they find you, man?
Yeah, Ian Lara, spelled the same way. Ian Lara live on everything.
Yeah, go check out his Tonight Show on Fantano. Can I say this, by the way? Us four right here have all done late night. Latinos of late night right here.
Yeah, that's dope.
Dude, it's rare air. There's not a lot of us that do late night, so it's a beautiful thing to see the four of us right here. All at once.
Proud to be in the club.
So go check it.
Ian did his set. Like I think he did it a few weeks before I did mine.
I think it was a week. I think it was a couple days because I saw you.
He ripped, right? He shut the stand down. Like he had his party at the stand. Everybody was there. It was like the energy was infectious. Everybody was great. And then a few days.
You remember I saw you and I was like, I'm dying. Like, I was like, I don't even want to do this. Like I saw you like before I was like, I've prayed this set so many times. I'm so sick of it. This is horrible. Yeah. I spoke to Orlando about it too a couple of days before.
Yeah, you were great. Everybody was so happy. We were so proud. Then a couple of days later, I went and did Colbert.
Yeah.
And I ate the biggest dick on that stage. It was the bomb heard across the world. It was the worst set I've ever had in my life. Like I was like, really? Like that audience was not. And Jessica Pilot was like, no, that's all in your head. I was like, no, it was in the head of the audience too. It was terrible.
Wait, but are they gonna air it or no?
I don't know, but with my luck, they would air it during coronavirus while everybody's home. So So Stefano did the thing that I thought was great. Like when he said he bombed, he warned the people in advance, and he was like, "I just bombed really bad on Fallon." He put it out there.
I think it was on Kimmel.
Or maybe it was Kimmel.
Did you see it?
Huh?
Did you see it?
No.
I didn't see his neither. I thought that was a joke. I didn't know if it was real.
No, it was not a joke. It was.
Yeah, he said it was the biggest bomb of his life. Like he said, he's never bombed like that.
Those Kimmel bombs disappear sometimes.
Yeah, those Kimmel bombs disappear.
I've seen some disappear.
Yeah, you know what is funny? It was funny because to me it was like we perform so much that a bomb or a good set doesn't make me feel like I made it or I'm done. I'm like, it's just another set. This one just happens to be on TV, but to other people, it's like, oh my God, it's your late night set, and I'm like, it was Tuesday, and it wasn't my day. They
were 4 p.m.
But we still carry that pressure. It is a different level. It is man. Dude, this last one that I did, man, I was like, I threw on that Dominican flag on my jacket, and that was it, dude. I threw a whole country on my back. That's the way I felt, and it was just kind of like, all right, I'm doing this, you know. And it was because Ian wore a little pin on his, and then I went full blown fuakata on the side of my jacket. I even texted him, mine was bigger than yours.
Yeah,
you know?
Michael texted me too.
And it was great because even legal standard and practices had to approve it before, because I got it put on my jacket before going on stage, probably like an hour before going on.
Wait, who do they clear that with? They got to call the island?
Legal, you know, you don't want to be out there with a flag where people are getting, you know what I'm saying, there's genocide happening in that country. So so it's like, oh yeah, Dominican Republic, yeah, Presidente Villa, okay, and then go ahead.
They have to. What's funny is for my They Ready set, I had a suit made by a person in New York that had a Puerto Rican flag on the back, but the pants didn't have any lining in them. So I couldn't wear the suit because the jacket didn't fit and the pants. So it was like, I'm going to post the video on my Instagram at Funny Ida in a little bit. I didn't get a chance to wear it. And then J-Lo did the Super Bowl and held up the flag. And I was like, now I can never wear it because I'm going to always look like I bid it from J-Lo. But I had it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You just look at that suit in your closet like, oh, what could have been.
Yeah.
I had to tell everybody where they can find you.
Funny Aida, Ida, on Instagram and Twitter. And here on Facebook, Ida.Rodriguez. That's where you can find me.
All right. Make sure you go see They Ready, episode 3. Ida kills it.
Yeah.
And I can announce it now. I haven't been able to say it, but I'd rather do it here with you guys.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to
breaking news. Hold on.
Oh, breaking news.
I'm doing an hour special for HBO Max. I closed my deal last week. So I just
that's amazing.
The people that I know really got my back.
Congrats. Where you taping?
New York City, baby.
Beautiful. I'm going to be there. You got to be.
You're flying me and Orlando out? You flying us out? Me and Orlando?
I said HBO Max.
The Max.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're gonna be there though.
You're gonna bust us. You're gonna bust us out. You're gonna bust us out. Is that?
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
In the fall,
Edwin is. We love you, Edwin. Thank you for always supporting us.
Oh, shout out to Edwin.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for doing this. Stay safe during this whole quarantine. Congratulations, each and every one of you. Ida, can't wait.
And listen, you guys watching, you can go to HBO Latino right now, all of the HBO platforms, and you can watch every single one of us and let people know to watch it. You got time.
Yeah, you got
Ian, you're time. Shooting one, right? Ian,
he already shot. He
shot
it a couple months
ago. Shot it. So Ian is on deck. His is going to be released also.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Good hand, guys. Be safe. Wash your hands.
Love you.
Later.
Bye.